Starting. Yay! And we are live. Thank you for joining us. We are coming at you live as we always do on Wednesday mornings at 11 a.m. EST. And today we are talking about
random acts of kindness, because today is National Random Acts of Kindness Day.
So awesome. I feel like random acts of kindness take a little bit more forethought now, but also a lot less effort.
Yeah.
Because of the social distance thing. What are some cool random acts of kindness that you guys have seen over the last year that would be cool to do? That
I've seen over the last year?
Mm-hmm. Or just that you've, seen ever as a kind
I've seen like kind of like almost like drive-by birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Birthday, but you obviously can't have a party. So like the person goes out and sits on their porch and everyone just doesn't get out of their car, but they drive by and like wave from their car.
I love those. Those look so fun.
It's like a little parade.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that, especially for kids. That is such a big deal.
I know that's not quite random, it's slightly organized, but I think it's something really nice to do right now considering the times.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. What about you, Quinn?
I've been seeing a lot of like people trying to post like more reviews on local businesses, which I think is really great because like I have so many local businesses that I love and I never think about like going online and reviewing them because I like them. And I usually think of like if I need to review something, it's because something went wrong, but it helps so much when you give those small businesses or local businesses like a good review. It really does a lot for them. So I've been seeing a lot of people like trying to put more effort into doing that. And I think that's awesome.
That's really cool. I know I didn't think about leaving good reviews for the longest time. And then at one point, my dentist mentioned something about like, hey, leave us a review. And I checked, and I've been going to the same dentist since I was like 5. And he had like 2 5-star reviews and that was it. Like that was, how is this? They're seeing so many people every single day. They have so many repeat customers and like no one is going to review them. So, I mean, hey, even your dentist could probably use some review help if you want to go ahead and drop that. Because when I think of leaving places reviews, I'll usually think of either, Quinn, like you mentioned, somewhere where I had a really bad experience or somewhere like a restaurant or a store.
Yeah.
But even those service-based businesses, reviews still make a huge difference. Because I know like if I'm picking a new vet for my dogs or anything like that, I am going to be reading every single review.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference. Something I've seen that I've really liked is people will buy a virtual gift card to like a coffee shop or a restaurant or something like that for just like $5 or $10. And then they will post a screenshot of that somewhere on their social media, like on a story, and just kind of say, hey, first come, first serve. Hope this brightens up your day. And then they'll post again when it's empty. So people aren't just like trying to use it all day.
That's kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, to kind of replace that, like paying for the person behind you in line, that's not necessarily as frequent of an experience right now, but you can still kind of do the same sort of act of kindness virtually.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that's such a cool way to like do that in these COVID times.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like the default random act of kindness, and maybe this is just the people I was around, was always just pay for the person behind you in line. Yeah. Or, offer to pay for the person in front of you in line or whatever it may be. You that was just kind of the go-to. But when you're not going out, those experiences are pretty few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
So finding different ways. Another thing, kind of building off of that review thing, is if there's a local business that you really, really love, share their content.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a huge difference in the reach of a post. You don't have to have a huge following to be able to share that. And you never know, maybe you share something from a local bookstore and someone who you're connected with online has been looking for a local bookstore to order from, or you share a, pastry of the day from a local bakery and someone goes, oh, that looks so good, I'm going to order it. And, you don't necessarily have to go out or spend money or even spend more than 5 seconds thinking about it. But it can still make a really big difference for that business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great idea.
I think kind of along those same lines as like the virtual gift card, kind of replacing the like giving a stranger a compliment idea, like comment something nice on someone's social media post. Just like kind of that simple of like hey, this is super cool, or that looks really great, or oh wow, I've never thought of that. That's really smart. Just something nice, I think is really easy to do, and it's nice.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference. And again, I feel like we're just riffing off of each other, and I love when we do this. Calling people and texting people. Something I did to stay connected really early in the pandemic was I literally added to my to-do list every day to text a certain number of people every day. Where I was like, I'm gonna, like text 3 people a day, or I'm gonna send, 5 people a voice message or something like that. Because it was easy, and I think a lot of us were feeling really isolated back then, and it was easy to just kind of like not do anything about it and just wait for it to be over. But even just sending a quick text saying, hey, like, we haven't talked in a while, but I'd love to hear what you're up to now. I saw this meme or heard this song that kind of made me think of you, to really get connected and let people know that you're thinking of them. I know they've done studies on people who were really depressed and kind of talking about that, just feeling acknowledged by other people made a really big difference in how people were feeling that day. Even if it was like you're driving past someone on the road and they smile and wave, it made a really big difference in their outlook. And you never really know where somebody's at.
Yeah, you never know what people are going through. So you should always try to be kind to people because you don't know what they're actually like.
And those little random acts of kindness can go a long way.
Yes, they can.
They can. They really make a big deal. I mean, like, I can't really remember the last time that, like, when I pulled up, like, to pay for something, like, at, like, the Starbucks drive-through, and then they were already paid for. It was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, that really brightens your day, even though it's such a small thing.
Yeah.
I will never forget this. This was not small, but it was definitely random. I'll never forget this one time. And this was way, way back when I was at community college. I was out for coffee with a classmate of mine who I was really good friends with, and we were talking. And she was kind of talking about like struggling to pay for school and textbooks and, just kind of trying to figure all that out financially. And there was a guy sitting next to us that we hadn't even really like paid any attention to, but that was clearly hearing what was going on. And on his way out, he literally just dropped $100 in 20s at our table and said, hey, like, people care about you. You're going to be okay. I hope this helps you get through this. And then just like walked out. And we were both just like sitting there, oh my goodness, did that just happen? And that was just, I mean, like we both started crying over it just because it was such great timing, and it was such an incredible story, because you hear about that, but you never actually see it happen. And to be present for that was huge. And
that's awesome.
Kind of going to that, like, you never know what people are going through, maybe that 10 or 20 bucks, or, in this person's case, $100. Maybe it was a big deal, maybe it wasn't, but either way, you never know how much of a life change it can be.
Yeah.
Give someone the chance to put gas in their tank, or give someone the chance to get their textbooks for that semester. That was a big moment.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
So I aspire to one day be that person for someone else someday.
Yeah. One day.
Just be able to be like, here's $100, you're gonna be okay. Like that. That is goals.
Yeah, like I'd love to be able to leave like 100% tip.
Yes.
Or just like a randomly really big tip. Like that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be sick. That's a very fortunate place to come from. So it's definitely nice to pay it forward.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a surprise guest.
We do. Chris, are you with us?
I am, yeah.
There he is.
We were just talking about random acts of kindness.
Nice.
And any favorite random acts of kindness or tips or ideas to share?
Well, I got a good one from, let's see, what's his name was Tim, I think. I thought it was really nice of him. He said, "Hi, Chris. I just wanted to give a compliment to Leah. She was a great to work with and had a big impact on my decision making." So I thought that was really nice of him. If you ever work with a salesperson and you thought they did a fantastic job, it's always helpful for them to pass that along to their, their manager. That's always always good. So I thought that was really nice of him to do that.
That's awesome.
That's super awesome.
we were kind of talking about leaving reviews for businesses, especially kind of smaller businesses, and that being a big deal. And that kind of makes me think of, I know that like with servers, if you mention their name in a review, a lot of the time there are incentives for servers who have people do that, or they're more likely to be able to be kept on or get promoted. So that's a great reminder. If you are going to be leaving those kind of business reviews, mention the name of the person you worked with if you can. It can let their supervisors know, like, hey, this person is really good at their job, like they're doing really well.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
All right, so now we have a random moment of silence.
Random moment of silence. Random acts of kindness.
There we go. It fits with the theme.
Mhm.
Another thing that I really like to do when I know someone's having a rough day is just like overwhelm their phone notifications with memes and funny videos. You got to be careful to not go overboard, because sometimes I'll send too many and it's a little overwhelming. But if someone you know is kind of having a rough day, it might be helpful to be able to, just find a quick stand-up comedy video or a meme that you think they'd find really funny, and just kind of send it to them as like, hey, I know you're kind of having a rough day. Hope this helps, or hope this makes you feel a little bit better. And it might not take a lot of time for you, but it can be really, really helpful to just get that little moment of cheer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just sending something to anybody can just mean a lot to them.
Mhm.
I know, just kind of like when you get that notification on your phone and you're like, oh,
Yeah, it's literally a dopamine hit.
yeah, like you trip her up and you see someone that you haven't maybe talked to in a while send you a message. Or just like a bad day and you just see someone send you something and you know it's going to be like funny and cheer you up. That's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's really great because you're sending them something funny to hopefully lift their spirits, but it's also always nice to know that like someone's thinking about you when you're having a tough day.
Yeah,
Like, that's nice.
that is nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they might even not even know you're having a bad day. They just thought like, oh, they would find this funny.
Mhm.
So they thought of you, like when they saw something that they enjoyed, they thought of you. Just sweet.
Mhm.
All right. Any parting tips for our audience today? No, maybe so.
Really?
Be safe out in the snow.
Put down in the comments what your random act of kindness is going to be today.
Absolutely. All right. Awesome. Well, have a great day, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.